Hey guys, welcome back to Leggari Products. We have another really cool video for you today. We really hope you enjoy it. We work hard on these videos. We try to show you as much information as we can without being boring. Enjoy.
Welcome back to Leggari, guys. We're going to be doing another counter coating. Super cool project here. They built these counters out of wood. They did plywood on the top. They did a trim board edge, so we got about 1.5 inch edge. They did all these in here. They've already cut out their sink. And as you can see, they plastic it all out. They pretty much got this ready for us so we could just show up and start coating. They filled all their seams. They caulked the back edge here, and they're doing subway tiles up. So really, we're not really worried about taping the back here. We're gonna do the primer now and get ready to do some epoxy on it, make them look like some kind of awesome looking marble, granite. Who knows what we're gonna do right now? We don't even know. Like I always say, guys, roll down the middle and then cross roll that. It's just a lot easier to spread it out thin. Again, they're doing subway tiles, so we're not worried about getting some stuff on the wall there. These nail holes, they need to be filled. You guys have these, always make sure you fill these nail holes, especially in the front edge. We're gonna have to fill those with something before we coat it. We definitely do not want nail holes in our front edges. Alright, so I'm just going to cross roll my bead. We pour it right down the middle. Again, don't run it over the edges. This is how I recommend if this is your first time doing our kits to roll out your base coat like this. When you get a little more experience, you can kind of use your roller as a squeegee and start spreading it around. Cover a lot more ground like this. The reason we're not running off the edge is because it's so fluid right now. It'll just run off and drip on the floor, and we kind of want to get it all rolled out before we do that. And again, we're doing subway tiles, so the back doesn't really matter if we get it on there. Got a good even coat. Go to the other spots. So we've got a little much on here. I'm going to grab the bucket. can just tell it's already thicker than the counter out there that we just did, so I want to take a little off of here and I'll add some out to that other counter. Kind of want to get them all the same thickness or close to, that way our designs are going to be the same. Trying to see how forgiving it is laying this stuff out. If you got it too thick somewhere, throw a little bit back in the bucket. If you got a thin spot somewhere, go get some from another spot, put it in the bucket and pour it out in the thin spots. I'm gonna go dump this out here. Notice how there's no bubbles. Perfectly smooth as glass. Do my final roll over everything real quick. Start bringing it right to the edge. Alright, so what I'm doing now is going to get my edges. Like I always show, roll a little on the top, run it on your edge. I want this edge to continuously flow over. So all I'm doing is get a little material, kind of run a bead right on this edge, pull it back just a little. Then I'll make sure I got a lot of material that can constantly be flowing over that edge as I'm doing my highlights. And we swirl to agitate any bubbles that might be under the surface. Doesn't look like we got any. Do the same thing here. Pull a little bit of material to my edge. And then just push it back a little. That will flow over. Notice how kind of careless I'm doing this. You don't have to be gentle. You're not going to hurt it. And I'll do these edges last because they weren't finished. I don't want to get a bunch of like dust or debris on my roller. So I'll do those at the very end. got our silver highlights. So we're gonna do our vein technique super simple. That's what they wanted, but I'm gonna do bigger veins this time. So I'm gonna get my design kind of by doing just like we normally would. Kind of just throwing these out there. Going on my edges, adding a lot of color there. So I want the color to flow over this edge really good. So all I'm doing is kind of getting our design, and then I'm going to go back and add a bunch of color to it. Like I say in all the videos, if you don't have any material for that to flow over, because this will continuously flow over until it gets hard, you'll just have black there. So as long as we add extra material here, that can continuously be flowing over, and it's going to pull that silver with it. Nice little trick that works amazing. And even spots where you don't have a vein, you just add a little color. Make sure you get up to your back walls. You want it to look like it goes under the wall here. So we got color all around. We get comments all the time, why don't you leave it? Yeah, this looks cool, but it's not what they want. We'll totally do a video for you guys where we leave it, because we get asked that all the time. They want us to pour this stuff out and just leave it. But again, this is for a customer. This is kind of a charity deal. We're not charging for this. We're kind of just doing this to help them out, remodel their house. Notice how we didn't wait. We did the base coat, then we immediately added the highlight coat. Oh, you're good. You don't want to wait in between. You want to do your base coat, get it rolled out, and then add the highlights right after, and then we're going to go right into swirling it and blending the colors. Just going to get some new gloves on. But yeah, it looks pretty stinking cool just by throwing some color on it like that. So all I'm gonna do, there's two different ways you can do the veins. You can kind of roll with your vein, right? Roll with all the veins and then swirl in between. I'm just gonna do the simplest part. I'm just gonna swirl the whole counter, do my edges as I go along. So swirl a little bit on the top, and then do your edges. And it doesn't take much. The more you swirl it, the more it's going to be one color. And it looks like the color kind of disappeared, but it's going to come back. You'll see a lot more silver once this starts marbleizing and leveling out. Try to do the same thing on all your counters. You don't want to, wait, go take a smoke break or take a phone call and then try to come back and hope everything matches. Just don't stop once you start, and they'll look identical. And also you want to make sure you go all different directions. You don't want to keep swirling the same pattern over and over. Maybe get one coming out different there. You just want to be random with it. Notice I'm going fast. You don't have to go fast, but it just shows you you don't have to be, you know, delicate with it. You're not going to hurt it. So we're not going to touch the tops anymore. I'm going to roll these edges on. That way it can start flowing over. And then now we just kind of wait, because you can already see it's already happening. Here's an edge. Like silver's already starting to flow over that edge. That's what it's all going to start doing everywhere. So we'll come show you guys how this looks in about probably 10-15 minutes. You'll see how these edges will start looking awesome. All right, so if you spend about a half an hour, 45 minutes, our edges, they look okay, but I want to add a little bit more silver here and there. So I'm just going to take my paintbrush. I've already dipped in the black and we've kind of hit the other edges, but now I'm going to get some of my silver out of the bottom of the container here. And it doesn't take much. All you need to do is just find out where you want to put it and do some little dabs like that. Maybe do a little bit more right there on this edge here. And then all we're going to do is tilt that at an angle and just run over it flat. I'm applying some pressure. See how much of an angle that brush is? Because if I do it straight on, it's going to pull the material away. If I do it like this, it's going to start pulling the material. We don't want to pull the material, we just want to flatten it off. So always go at an angle, go really slow, apply a little pressure. And if you got to blend it in a little better, blend that in, and then do your final pass. And that's how you can get your edges looking really good with the top. You can see we've already did these edges. These are looking really dialed. So you always want to stick around. Make sure you got a little color left, and I can even get color off of the stuff that's dripped on the plastic too. Just make sure you don't get a lot of dust in it and stuff. That's all we're trying to do, is just get the color on the edges that's on the top. All right guys, I want you to notice how glass smooth this turned out. We didn't spray any chemicals. We didn't torch it. Completely glass smooth. Just a mirror finish. We're gonna be doing our urethane top coat on this. It's gonna be a high gloss, so it'll leave a little texture. That's what gives it the durability. We have a glaze coat top coat it'll look just like this. It's our flood coat top coat that lays out glass smooth. That is an option if you guys want this glass smooth look, but our urethanes are definitely a lot more durable and more scratch resistant. So we're getting ready to put that on now, and we'll show you that process. All right, so I'm getting ready to do the top coat. Whenever you use a nap roller, a hair fiber roller, you always want to de-shed it. The best tape to use is packing tape, like they use on like packages, or the yellow painter's tape. Blue tape will work, it's just not as effective. And I like to screw it up like that too, it's always fun. But I like to do quite a bit of strips. Really roll it on there, get it nice and de-shedded. That way we're not losing any loose hairs in the top coat. And if you're doing our glaze coat top coat that goes on thick, you want to use a foam roller, a squeegee, a paintbrush, I've even applied our glaze coat, flood coat with the paint stick before. So you don't want to use a nap roller or a hair roller when you're doing our thick top coats, because last thing you want is some hairs in it. So usually you would dip and roll this. We didn't bring our tray today, so I'm just gonna get this roller kind of soaked up. And this will probably coat this whole top here. This stuff's designed to go on really thin. I'm sorry about the lighting. They're doing a remodel. This is an older house. So remember, always cross roll the bead. And I'm moving fast. All I'm trying to do right now is get this top coat evened out. I don't care about roller lines yet, nothing. I want to work really, really fast, get it all rolled out even. And then I do my final passes after it's all rolled out nice and even, thin. Super easy product to apply. You just want to work fast. If you put it on too thin, you will get roller lines. And guys, I'm working fast. You don't want to be going slow, you know, like this. There's no point. You're not going to screw it up. Roll it quick, get the stuff laid out. And if you do have drips from the epoxy, you can sand those before you apply the top coat. All right, now that I'm happy with how this is laid out, nice and even, I'm gonna do my final passes. I'm always gonna have the metal end of the roller facing the direction I'm going. That's it, just final little back rolls. Real light. And you don't really want to do a section bigger than this. If this was, say it was another 10 feet long, I would do about this much, and then I'd work on my next section. I would roll this out first and kind of feather into that, and then I would finish that next section. So that's it, that's how simple that was. Now we'll move on to over here. I'm gonna do the same thing. And again, I'm not trying to coat this whole thing at once. I might have got a little much here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna coat these little guys with it. Get a little bit rolled off of my roller. Go get some more off. Because again, you want this stuff on thin. This is gonna give you extreme durability, extreme scratch resistance. It's just an amazing top coat. All our contractors do it on all their flooring. It's a water-based product, so it's perfect for this application, for indoors. Now I'm gonna cross roll this out. Notice how fast I'm working. I'm not worried about getting roller lines because we're going to go through and touch all that up. Make sure you go crossways quick. And all I'm doing is the section I'm on. I'm not trying to go past this area. The smaller the sections you do, the less chance you have for error. Same concept. Now I'm just back rolling. And notice how we've taken all the plastic off. and just taped any spots that the roller might hit. Because the stuff isn't really a messy product. And now when we're done, we can just pull these few tape spots and we're done with the project. We can move on to the next one. Only reason we'd have to come back is maybe if you wanted to get some pics of the tile all up and everything finished. But notice how thin this is going on. It's not designed to be a thick coating. That's why it's extremely durable. So since I stopped there, I don't want to work that way back. I want to get it rolled out pretty good, and I want to feather this edge in. Because once this is rolled out, it starts setting up. So I want to get this edge done, blended in before I move on. What I'm going to do is just feather it off. Feather it off. Kind of pull it up as I go off. I don't want to start and stop points on it. Again, notice how fast I'm working. It's about 69 degrees in here, 70 degrees. You don't want it hot in the house. That'll make it speed up too. And once you're done with your edges, usually don't have much material where you've been rolling. So just roll over the counter real quick, even out that roller pad. You can see how nice this is starting to lay out. It's still got that high gloss. And it'll go clear. It has kind of a white milky look to it. That's so you can kind of tell where you've coated. But if you come over here, this is gonna be all clear probably by now. Yeah, so it's still got a little milky to it, but it'll go perfectly clear once it's all dry. Now remember guys, we got a matte finish top coat, a satin or matte finish, we like to call it. Super cool, it dulls out the surface, it makes it more of like an earth tone color. It's just a really cool top coat. So you guys gotta check that out too. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, comment below, share the video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to our channel. While you do that, make sure you click the bell button. That's gonna turn your notifications on. That way you're emailed or notified every time we post a new video. That way you guys don't miss anything. We wanna give a special thanks to everyone that's helped us get this far on our YouTube channel. We couldn't have done it without you, all your likes, all your shares, your comments, everything. We really do appreciate it. We love what we do. We love to show you guys new techniques, new tricks, and kind of all the limits that you can do with our products. Thanks again, and remember, Leggari.com has you covered.